Yes, our memorable, cherishable days are going on, respected friends, that with Shraddha and Bhakti and regularity and sincerity, we are trying to study the greatest and highest of the literature, Sakshat Upanishads themselves. After few years, when we look back, we can really feel proud of ourselves that we tried our best to study the Upanishads. Minimum. Along with that, if this Svadhyaya, Manana Chintana also is done, those memories for the future will be so beautiful. With the Manana, whatever the Spashta Jnana, the clear understanding we get, accordingly, when we do our sadhana also, which calls for many sacrifices, of course, of the gross worldly involvements only, which are unworthy. It's only we don't discover them like that. We think they are so important than our own sadhana and moksha. Anyway, even if that inner ego and obstacle we have conquered and are doing the sadhana also while studying the shastra, not only in future, when we look back, we'll have a great cherishable memory, but also the result of all this sadhana that our personality gets unfolded for the higher vision, the higher experience. Now, always the ball is in our court only. So, welcome you all, respected, wonderful friends, shrotas, sadhakas, to this attempt of our study of Chandogya Upanishad from Samaveda, Prathamodhyayaha, Ditiyaha Khandaha. Very crucial topic we are seeing here of the Onkara Mahima, what we have seen in the first Khanda. Onkara Upayoga, Viniyoga, Upasana is what is taught here. So the Onkara Upasana possibilities. One category, second category. In the first category of possibility also, we do the Om Upasana, but it is always endowed with the probability, possibility of failure because of the opposition party always attacking. But there is a other category of Om Upasana where we are safe and secure. And that Upasana gives the result of the first category Upasana at ease without much difficulty. What are all those things? To become very clear in our understanding, is this purpose of this class, and we have beautiful text Chandogya, we have wonderful Bhashyakaras Margadarshana to understand. So, welcome you all. Let us revel in our cherishable seven sadhanas. Let us do the Shanti Guru Parampara Ucharana. Let us do the Sankalpa for the universal spiritual evolution. For that, we need Sanatana Dharma's Samrakshana Abhivriddhi, and we also need ourselves to grow in our sadhana. For that Sankalpa, then we will do our Mantrocharana of Upanishad, then we will study. After that, if time permits, we have Vedic chanting, we have Dhyana Puraka Mantra, Gayatri Mantra of the Maharshikas, and last, a little common sense thought. Om, Om, Om. ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः सच्छास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलं स्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे। ॐ व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। ॐ सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ विदितानमया विशदैककला न च किञ्चन काञ्चनमस्ति गुरो द्रुतमेव विधेहि कृपां सहजां भव शङ्करदेशिक मे शरणम्। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। छान्दोग्योपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहास संतवाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थम तत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनि गुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहनुभव प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्म से विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थम धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रुविघ्न शाश्वत समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयाः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये सामवेदांतर्गत छांदोग्योपनिषदः आद्यशंकर भाष्य सहित अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थम वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम सच्चिदानंद सांद्राय सर्वातीताय साक्षिणे नमः श्री देशिकेन्द्राय शिवाय शिवघातिने ओमाप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रम् अथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्यां मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु। तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ओम अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः द्वितीयः खण्डः। ओम देवासुराः वै यत्र संयेतिरे उभये प्राजापत्याः तद्धदेवाः उद्गीतमाजहृः अनेन एतान् अभिभविष्याम इति देहनासिक्यं प्राणमुद्गीतमुपासाञ्चक्रिरे तगम्ह आसुराः पाप्मना विविदुः तस्मात् तेन उभयं जिघ्रति सुरभि च दुर्गन्धि च पाप्मना हि एष विद्धः अतः वाचमुद्गीतमुपासाञ्चक्रिरे तागम्ह असुराः पाप्मना विविधुः तस्मात् तेन उभयं वदति सत्यं चानृतं च पाप्मना हि एषा विद्धा अतः चक्षुरुद्गीतमुपासाञ्चक्रिरे तद्धासुराः पाप्मना विविधुः तस्मात् तेन उभयं पश्यते दर्शनीयं च अदर्शनीयं च पाप्मना हि एतत् विद्धम् अतः श्रोत्रमुद्गीथमुपासाञ्चक्रिरे तद्धासुराः पाप्मना विविदुः तस्मात् तेन उभयगं शृणोते श्रवणीयं च अश्रवणीयं च पाप्मना हि एतत् विद्धम् अतः मन उद्गीथमुपासाञ्चक्रिरे तद्धासुराः पाप्मना विविदुः तस्मात् तेन उभयगं सङ्कल्पयते सङ्कल्पनीयं च असङ्कल्पनीयं च पाप्मना हि एतत् विद्धम् अतः हय एव अयं मुख्यः प्राणः तमुद्गीथमुपासाञ्चक्रिरे तगम आसुराः रुत्वा विध्वंसुः यथा अश्मानमाकणं रुत्वा विध्वंसेत एवं यथा अश्मानमाकणं रुत्वा विध्वंसते एवं हि एव स विध्वंसते यः एवं विधि पापं कामयते यस्य एनम् अभिदासति स एषः अश्माकणः नैव तेन नैव तेन सुरभिर्न दुर्गन्धि विजानाति अवहत पाप्मा हि एष तेन यदश्नाति यत्पिबति तेन इतरान् प्राणान् अवति एतम् एव अन्ततः अवित्वा उत्क्रामति व्याददाति एव अन्ततः इति तगमः अहङ्गिराः उद्गीतमुपासान् चक्रे एतम् एव अहङ्गिरसम्मन्यते अङ्गानां यद्रसः तेन तगमः बृहस्पतिरुद्गीतमुपासान् चक्रे एतम् एव बृहस्पतिं मन्यन्ते वाग्यबृहति तस्या एषः पति तेन तगमः अयास्यः उद्गीतमुपासान् चक्रे एतम् एव अयास्य मन्यन्ते आस्याद्यदयते तेन तगमः बको दाल्भ्यो विदाञ्चकार सह नैमिषीयानाम् उद्गाता बभूव सह स्मैभ्यः कामानागायति आगताः वै कामानां भवति य एतदेवं विद्वान् अक्षरमुद्गीतमुपास्ते इति अध्यात्मम्. So everything is effort. Every effort is tapasya. And when that effort tapasya is for adhyatmikata, it is always shrestha. And in that adhyatmikata also, if it is Brahma Vidya and Brahma Vidya Bodhaka Upanishadic Prayatnam, and that is the topmost highest. Even if we are not fully fit, qualified for it, when we keep on doing, the fitnesses, the qualifications have to come. That is how it is designed, as if just like the ones who are so intelligent in the worldly affairs, things, all that ability of their intelligence, if they are not utilizing for spirituality, zero of spirituality they grow in. In the same way, if we are zero otherwise in our abilities, talents, but we daily exposed to this Upanishadic thought, slowly but definitely, surely, steadily, our abilities increase to grasp these subtler truths. And that's what happened to everyone who realized. That's what going on happening to so many in the contemporary world. We are also one of such blessed ones. So have that faith, keep on doing the chantings, keep on doing the shravanams, keep on doing the adhyanams, keep on doing, most importantly, the practical abhyasas practices. Unlike many Vedantins, misunderstand the last step to be the first step and think that there are no sadhanas to be done in Vedanta just to know Brahman ho jata hai. So they are in big delusion. That is the truth at the final level. But to reach to that from the level where we are, again it is subjective. Those who say so, if they have crossed all their distances in their earlier life sadhanas, what they say is right. But if they are becoming lazy, distracted, and irresponsible in their sadhana, because of this misunderstanding that in Vedanta there is nothing to be done, you are Brahman, you just only have to realize, then we have to be careful. Anyway, don't worry about others, about ourselves. So, without getting lost into that notion, every sadhana required to pull us again and again into the Brahma Vastu, we have to definitely keep doing. Right. Now, Devasuraha Yatra Sanyetire Ubaye Prajapatyaha. The first mantra that we have seen. Second one, and in that Tadha Devaha Udgeetham Ajahruhu. So in this shloka, who are Devas Shastriya Indriya Pravrutti, Shastra Prakashita Indriya Pravrutti. So it's not blindly they are following Shastra. The intellect has gone through to the extent it can understand. The remaining is faith. All the highly achieved people they have seen, they all have achieved it only by following Shastra. So that was sufficient authority to them. Yadidacharati Shrestha Sayat Pramanam Kurute. Based on that, they have decided. है ना देवाः असुर प्रवृत्ति देवाः सॉरी शास्त्रीय प्रवृत्ति असुराः अशास्त्रीय प्रवृत्ति तमोगुण स्वभाव as well as स्वेषु विषयेषु रमते असुसु रमते. So the asura indriya pravrittis are those in which three things are there. One is swabhavika tamoguna, just blind, ignorant. Second is only the indriyas are there for indriya bhoga ramanam, that type of fixation. Third one is that they won't even think about whether it is shastriya or not. And Shastras never told a Indian human being to indulge in the Vishyas. Therefore, by default, we can say that they are ashastriya. Right? If this side you see, the Shastriya Indriya Pravritti, in the Shastriya Jnanam, the Indriyas are pravritta in Sadharma, they are pravritta in the Upasana, they are pravritta in that Jnana Marga by which we get the moksha. That are called the Devas. They are called the Asuras. Okay, Devasura. Then Yatra Sanyetire. Sanyetire, they have done Yuddha. Yatra means Yasmin Vishaye. And what is the Vishaya? That each want to take away the others' abilities. Okay. Yatra Yasmin Nimitte Itaretara Vishaya Apahara Lakshane. They want to take away each other's Vishaya. So the Vishaya 1, 2, 3 of Devatas, the Asuras want to take away. What is Shastriyata? Then Swadharmadi, then Adhyatmikata. These three belong to the Daivi Sampada, the Deva Sampada. The Shastras want to, the Shastras wants to do the Aparana of them. That is called the battle inside. There is no inner battle with the big, big weapons and bombs, etc. But this is the battle, trying to loot away. This side, the Devatas also are not less. They also want to loot away the Asuras, Durgunas. What are these three? Avidya or Ashastriyata. Second one is Bhoga Pravritti. Third is Swabhavika Tamoguna. So this is what is Yuddha going on. Then the same thing is more detailedly explained in the next paragraph. Conclusion is in this way. From the Anadikala Pravritta is the Devasura Sangrama, Iva Sangrama within us of the Devi Indriya Pravritti and Asuri Indriya Pravritti. The war between Daiviya Indriya Pravritti and Asuri Indriya Pravritti is eternally going on in the bosom of every being in every embodiment. Any number of lives he takes everywhere. So when Shankara Bhagavan says generalized this way, you can feel that in all jivas, even maybe in a rudimentary level, this is there. About the Deva Asura Sangrama, means a plant also must be going through within its subconscious the Deva Asura Sangrama. A small ant also must be going through in it because it is generalized. So it shows wherever an individuality is there, wherever the functionality is there, wherever the functioning ability is there, wherever functional necessity is there, opposite forces, both of them work. Therefore, a dog, a lion, a crocodile, an elephant, in every one of them also, the pravrittis are there. Deva and Asura. Functioning. Whether they are aware or not, all that. We ourselves are not aware. अब उनको क्या पता? We are little better in some of the equipments. Otherwise, क्या महाज्ञानी बने थोड़ी है? We are also like Pashu only. We claim we are great without asking their permission. That's okay. Funny human beings. claim to be the roof and crown of creation without consulting other beings and proving to be exactly opposite. If at all this globe is destroyed by one creature out of 84 lakhs, it is only human. We are the destroyers. All animals are praying that this human being should get extinct because of which because of them our survival is becoming impossible. They are destroying forests, they are destroying the oceans, rivers. Then where animals, birds will live, where the aquatics will live. वो भी जीव है. They're all praying. Anyway, without their permission, we say roof and crown, but we are not so actually, but we are expected to. In human also, in animal, everywhere, so Devasura pravritti is going on. Understood? Up to this, thereafter we have seen uh, that here the Shruti Mata is telling this Akhyayika. Okay, this main crucial point, every day you can remember better not to miss out. Why this Akhyayika of Devasura outer Sangrama is pictorially depicted for our understanding of inner Devasura Sangrama? Because Sahiha Shruti Akhyayika Rupena Dharma Adharma Utpatti Viveka Vijnanaya Prana Vishuddhi Vijnana Vidhiparataya Kaltyate. Shruti Katyate, Shruti Mata is putting this second Khanda in the Devasura Sangrama Kahani in front of us for two purposes. One, Dharma Adharma Utpatti Viveka Vijnana. For the clear Viveka and Vijnana about the Utpatti, the result, the outcome of the Dharma way of living life, the Adharma way of living life. So when it is said, we are expected to have that much simple common sense and Viveka that the other things we understand without everything explained by Bhagavan Adi Shankara. So therefore, dharma, adharma, utpatti, viveka, vijnana. Dharma, therefore, the devatas, devi, and adharma means asuri. Therefore, dharma is equal to shastriya. So, as per shastra, when we have the pravritti, the utpatti, the outcome of it is happiness, success, sukha, etc. Good for us, good for the world. Then adharma, when we do like dasuras, the utpatti, the outcome of it is we first trouble outside people are in the beginning, later on we also suffer inside. Our own destruction we invite with this adharma. So dharma, dharma, utpatti, viveka, vijnana. धर्म देवताओं का व्यवहार अधर्म असुरों का व्यवहार उत्पत्ति is the result of all that viveka means difference between them vijnanaya for the clear picture of it to have that clear picture of the result of living life noble life ignoble we are told and this is the beginning thing for a human being to evolve spiritually much before he becomes a Vedanti, a Brahma Jignasu, even a great Upasaka, first he'll have to live a noble life for a good number of period, few lives of the time. Clear? Second point is what? Prana Vishuddhi Vijnana Vidhi Parataya. Prana is the most Vishuddha one. When that Vishuddha Prana Upasana is done, we are more safe. Therefore, that Vishuddha Prana Upasana is a Vidhi, which is of the highest helper to convey this to us. Vidhi means duty. So it is our duty to do the Mukhya Prana Upasana. It is our duty to do the Mukhya Prana Upasana of the Omkara to be blessed by the Omkara for the greater and higher results. What are they? We are going to see. So Prana Vishuddhi Vijnana Parataya धर्माधर्म उत्पत्ति विवेक विज्ञानाय श्रुति आख्यायिका कथ्यते clearly seen see how difficult it is to hold our intellects to listen to what is said in such upanishadic classes and to lift it to grasp what is said then analyze it then understand then internalize it. Nothing new. When you do a vyapara business at the higher level, there also the subject matter will be of that level. When you go for the science, go for the technology, go for medicine, anywhere as you go higher in the deeper knowledges, there it is so tough to attend your put your intellect there to understand it. कौन सा चीज है यहाँ आधा दिमाग से जीरो दिमाग से चलता है, सब में फुल दिमाग चाहिए. Your economics maintenance, your health management, your relation, everything calls for total application of the intellect at its highest level. Then only you will be entering into the deeper understandings, convictions. Then actually when we practice them, you can grow in leaps and bounds, isn't it? If you are very superficial, थोड़ा थोड़ा बिजनेस कर लिया, भोजन मिल रहा है, जिंदगी चल रही है बस. But everybody is not like that. There are ones who are so sharp. My age is now 20. By the age of 40, I must settle in my profession, in my finance, in my family. There are youngsters who think even at the age of 20, just like the other Buddha, even at the age of 80, they never started thinking. Both contrast pictures are there. So this fellow already thought, okay, if you have to get that much money, these are the possible jobs. The best one is this, second one is this. So for that, these are the qualifications, exams, interviews. So I'll thoroughly prepare for 1 year. I'm locked into my room, not available to the world. And they that way try it and they get it. And they, as planned, keep on working and they excel and they prove to themselves. By the age of 45, you look back, they are established. Most professionally in the good top position they are. So good bank balance come by the time and then married and also got two children. Are Zabardast. Don't you see in this world, in every field, a politician, by the age of 35 is already MLA and chief minister. The minister ban gaya. In every field you see. Here also, spirituality may be, even we become old and not even touched the Shastra, that type of useless life also we can live. At the very young age only taking up the Shastras deeply, studying also we can do and understand quickly. But point is, it calls for such subtle intellect's application. That's what we are saying. To hold on to what Upanishad is saying, how Bhashyakara is explaining, and relating it to our spiritual life. Remember, the Upanishads are not related to our Vyavaharik life. They are purely spiritual evolution. They talk about the Atma Prapti, the Moksha. The subject is different. इधर उधर मिक्सअप मत करो. आपका उपनिषद इतने दिन से सुन रहा हूँ, मेरा कोई प्रोफेशन में तरक्की नहीं हुआ. Don't ask like that and embrace me and you. These are not the classes for that. They're all bondages. These classes are to get liberated from the notion that you have security, happiness in such world, such life. Is totally different, by the way. Now, come up to this point that why Shruti Mata told this Akhyayika. Then we saw both the Devasuras are the Prajapati's Santati. Then, next one, mm, last paragraph we have seen. The last line, what was the last one? ततः देवाः उद्गीतमाजह्रुः अनेन एनान् अभिभविष्याम इति. Every sentence is so crucial for our spiritual evolutionary understanding and practice. That's why slowly, steadily we are studying, ensuring that we have not missed any part of the Upanishadic mantra as well as भाष्य. मैं वो कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि मैं कुछ मिस ना करूँ, मेरे लिए भी आपके लिए. So ततः देवाः उद्गीतमाजह्रुः. So thus the Udgita Upasana the Devatas took up. Why? Because they want to think. They thought that Anena Enan Abhivishyamaha iti. They have a firm, strong conviction that with this Udgita Upasana, we will be able to overpower these Asuras. We become powerful enough not to be defeated by them. So the lesson for us from this is what? Through the Udgita Upasana, we can empower the Daiviya Indriya Pravrittis in us and defeat the Asuri Pravrittis. So carrying home these points is the meaning of studying the Upanishads. Right? Then what? Next one. This is explained. Tat tatra, tat means tatra, utkarsha apakarshana lakshana nimitte ha devaha. So with the nimitta of the Utkarsha and Apakarshana. That they want to become Utkarsha, more supersedingly powerful, thereby Apakarsha, uh, what do you call, removing the bala of the asuras or defeating them. Themselves becoming powerful, thereby defeating the asuras. That's the meaning of Utkarsha Apakarsha. So Tatra Utkarsha Apakarsha Lakshana Nimitte. For the sake of this purpose, Devaha Udgitham Ajahruhu. So in this portion of this second Khanda, the Devas have done the Udgitha, उसका हमें thoroughly समझना है. Then that Udgitham they applied on all the Indriyas, उसको हमें समझना है. Most importantly is at every Indriya level, the Asuras were hitting them, and because of which, what are the shortcomings that are happening in the faculties level? That's what we have to understand. Then we have to understand the Mukhya Prana Udgita Upasana. These devatas tried. For that, when they were doing it, to defeat the devatas, when the asuras attacked, how they themselves got destroyed. Therefore, what is the Falashruti of this second Khanda? These are the 4 or 5 things very crucially we have to understand. These are the subjects they are touched upon. So, first of them is Udgitham Ajahruhu. Means what? Udgita Omkara, they became more aware of, more alert of. They want to now use the Omkara more. Earlier they were chanting but not consciously using it because they didn't know the Mahima of Omkara. But now because of the Prathama Khanda, they have understood the Omkara glory. Like many of you too. You are busy in your own Ishtadevata mantra, maybe even now, till you are told about the Mahima of the Omkara. And when the Omkara Mahima is known and we are unbiased, pure in our heart, when we are unconditional, when we are egoless, when we are faithful, obedient, followers of the Upanishad, we will take up Om for our Upasana. So these devatas were also unaware of it. They were casually chanting it as the part of the Udgitha और सामवेद का एक अंग के रूप में बोल रहे थे ओम ओम करके. But now Udgita Majahru means they were focusedly, consciously, they were attentive. Like if you see outer world में so many things were so carelessly never cared for whatever reason. But recently last 5-10 years देखो आप कोई पेड़ पौधे का पत्ता नहीं छोड़ रहे. Every leaf, like it was already said in Avashadhi, कि every leaf is a medicine, but you have to know for which it has to be applied. अभी कोई नीम का पत्ता नहीं छोड़ेंगे, आम का पत्ता नहीं, कोई पीपल का पत्ता. फ्रॉम एवरीवेयर सम आर द अदर मेडिसिन इज बीइंग मेड. है कि नहीं बोलो? इवन टुमारो विल से घास वाली चटनी सबसे महंगी होटल में मिलेगा. And to make it more practical, they may tie our both hands back and they tell us, now eat the grass chutney like this because all the pashus is eat like that. Maybe that will be more effective. And that particular table in a hotel where your hands are tied and you have to eat the grass chutney like a cow, it will be the most costliest table. And the line क्यों खड़ा है उधर उस टेबल के लिए? ये हो सकता है कल. You understand? Because everything has medicinal property. There's nothing which is not medicine as regards the plants are concerned. Now the science is developing slowly, slowly. Even allopathy arrogant people also will have to understand now, come to little lower level to understand the effectiveness of the Ayurveda, Homeo. मिलकर करना इंटीग्रल वो थोड़ा जिसको दिमाग है ऑलरेडी आ चुका है जिसको आई नहीं अभी तो ही tries to maintain his ego. But the other fellows don't have the homeo and Ayurveda. When required, they prescribe allopathy. Prescribe means suggest. They are interested in patient's health, not money, no. वो कहते हैं भाई ये आओ दवाई हमें आयुर्वेद में नहीं है और सिम्टोमेटिक थेरेपी एलोपैथी में ले लो. Anesthesia चाहिए, they will do that. Surgery, they will do that. Our job is this. So they will also come to one lower level. Short. The idea is what? As it is being unaware, so we were not using it. Now we are becoming aware. We are using it. Isn't it? We are creating the windmill energies. We are creating energy from the waste material also, wave energy will be discovered tomorrow, हवा से भी energy कल आने लगेगा. So they're all there unknown. As we are knowing, we are using. Here also Devatas were unknown about the power of Omkara. They never used. Now they started using. That is the meaning of Tadha Devaha Udgitam Ajahruhu. Means they, having understood the glory of Omkara as per the first Khanda, took the Omkaras into their fold for their Upasana. है ना? Because they didn't know that. Like when foreigners come to India for the food, when they are made to sit, 10 items are offered. They look at each of them and color and they are afraid because they are health conscious. But now the host, when they tell ki this is the item made out of these ingredients, this is good for health, this, that, then they take it. Thoda pehle taste करेंगे. They say and they eat. So in this way they took the Omkara Devatas. Tadadevaha Udgitam Ajahruhu. Now that Ajahruhu, they have taken up the Omkara, is explained by Shankar Bhagavan for our clarity. What is it? Tatra tat tatra utkarsha apakarsha lakshana mitteha devaha udgitham ajagru. What is that? Udgitham means what? Udgita bhakti upalakshitam audgatram karma ajagruhu ahrutavantaha. Yesterday we explained, again we are telling all the three things they took up. Not that when they took up Om, the other earlier two things they gave up. Earlier two things were physically doing the yajna of offerings. One. Then, while doing that, with full force, chanting the Udgita mantra, that is the Samaveda mantra. Because this is Samaveda Upanishad, we talk about Sama only. So the mantra ucharana and the yajna, they have not given up. That also they are doing. What extra they are doing is, even Om chant also was going on, but they were giving preference to Omkara, value to the Omkara, that's all. Therefore, Udgitam means Udgita Bhakti Upalakshitam. Udgita means the total Samaveda. Bhakti means its Avayava. Rupena Upalakshitam, which was said in the first Khanda, that is Om. Omkara is the Avayava of the entire Samaveda. Yet, the Omkara itself is given the value of Udgita, the Samaveda, all that we have discussed. In that way, Audgatram Karma Ajahruhu Avrutavantah. Isn't it? Therefore, all the three. You see, earlier, Vachika and Kaika sadhanas were going on. Manasika was missing. Now the Manasika they added. The Kaika work was they were offering the oblations. The Vachika was they were chanting. But Manasika, that bhavana about the entire mantra, mainly the Omkara, they didn't know. Now it is added. Like when I tell you Om Sahana Avatu mantra, when we chant, every word is so powerful, every sentence so powerful. With this meaning, when you do that, then the benefit is more. Then you become aware of that. Already we told. So, to how many days we took to explain the Sarva Vedanta, all that, Sachidananda Sandraya. How many days we took to discuss Apyayanto Mamangani. When you know the meaning of it, then the chanting will be of different flavor. Here also, in the Manasika Rupena, the value of the Om also, they know now intellectually. So in the mind, they have the respect, that Shraddha, the prayerful mood toward the Om. Does it mean that they have given up the mantrocharana? No, they were doing that also. Does it mean that they stopped doing the oblations? No, they were doing all the three. So that's why he said, he karma ajahruhu, udgatram karma ajahruhu. Then udgita bhakti upalakshitam udgatram karma ajahruhu. So udgatram karma matlab the Samaveda told yajna karma. They were doing it. So Samaveda told yajna karma done, in that the ahutis are done by the hota. The hota continuously follows the udganam of the udgata. That udgata is chanting and saying swaha, then hota does the offering. Hota means डालने वाला. हवन में डालने वाला, not हिंदी में ये होता वो होता. ये संस्कृत में होत्रु means the one who does the offering of oblations in the havana. Udgata means the one who is chanting. So when he is chanting, because both cannot be done by same person. Sometimes it can be done but they are doing cooperatively. So it's a together. Four are required. Hota, Advari, Udgata, Brahma. So the Udgata is chanting the Udgitam, the Samaveda. Then the Hota is offering it. Then the Hota and even Udgata, both of them now know the value of Omkara. Therefore, the mind is added along with the Vani as well as the physical action. Physical action is oblation offering. Vocal is mantra chanting. The mind is, and the Omkara value is known now. That is the Abhidhana of Paramatma. It is called the Rasatama, Apti, then Samruddhi Gunatva. All we have studied. If we forget whatever studied then there, nobody can help us. अब क्या करें? We have to remember. This much we have seen yesterday. Then tasyapi kevalasya aharana asambhavat. They were only taking the Omkara value in the mind and giving up the earlier done chanting and doing the yajna karma won't complete it. What it doesn't complete? The guidance given by Shruti Mata, which is our authority. Isn't it? The rishis never told chant Omkara and stop doing yajna. यज्ञ भी करने का है. So we have to respect them completely. Therefore, tasyapi kevalasya aharana asambhavat means only by chanting it won't help. Therefore, jyotishthoma adi ahrutavanta ityaviprayah. The Samaveda said jyotishta homa adi also they were doing. Then they were chanting. Then they were having the feeling about the mahima of the Omkar in the mind along with that prayerful mood. So what it shows therefore? Ki we do the outer yajna karma without chanting, that is also incomplete. We do outer yajna karma with chanting, also is incomplete. Inside, we also have to have the value of to whom we are doing this yajna. Here, the yajna is done for Parabrahma, Paramatma is Omkara here. Their whole orientation changed now. Om is Parabrahma. Offering to that Parabrahma Parameshwara only, they are doing now the yajna. Same way, you have the Om chanting in the mind, Om value in the mind, respecting, but not vocally chanting the mantra and not doing physically yajna, that also incomplete. Then you are wise enough, then I need not explain every micro minute thing. What is the micro minute thing? Yeah, mind is engaged in feeling, but if the Vani and the Sharira are not engaged, there is a chance for them to be lazy. Once they become lazy, they take the mind also with them. So too, without the mental feeling, if we do chanting at the vocal level and also at the body level, yajna, then that can become mechanical also. So without bhavana in the mind, the mere chanting and outer yajna becomes mechanical. Then only feeling in the mind, not doing physically the action, not chanting mantra, can make us lazy and it is not a complete thing. Now we understand by this the kaya, vacha, manasa integrated only we have to do yajna, the upasana, and everything in life we have to do with all these three things involved. Keep in mind. कोई हाफ हार्टेड नहीं रखना. उस मनसा में बुद्धि हृदय भी आ जाता है. Buddhi is intellectual understanding, Hridayam is total acceptance, mind is with full concentration and bhavana, bhakti bhavana, shraddha bhavana. So they started taking Omkara for the support or as an alambana or as devata, and they brought that bhavana for Omkara in their mind, Narayana, which earlier they were chanting but they didn't know the value of it. Like I gave you the hundreds of examples. We have so many plants in our house. In that only plenty of medicines are there. But we didn't know earlier, now we know it. So many things. What examples I can tell? Ha ha. After this, what happened? This is how. Anena karmana. Why did they do this upasana of the Omkara? Anena karmana. When we do the yajna as well as chanting, taking Omkara also into confidence from now onwards, Anena karmana. Enan asuran abhavishyamaha. We will be able to overpower, defeat these asuras. So, iti evam abhiprayaha santaha. In this way, they had the abhipraya. That's what they opined. And just for the sake of fun, santaha word is used. Therefore, when the devatas with the idea of defeating the asuras, along with doing the yajna and chanting. When they start doing upasana also of Omkara, then they are called as Sant. Relate this to Ramayana Katha that those Vishwamitra the rishis, while doing the yajna, Rakshasas were continuously attacking. So they did Omkara Upasana. Now the Omkara himself has come in the form of Bhagwan Rama. Now every rishi in their yajnas were continuously disturbed by every Rakshasa of that forest. Many rishis were killed and eaten also. But when they did Omkara Upasana, that came in the form of Bhagwan Rama. What did Rama do? Every Rakshasa of the entire jungle, he finished them. As a result, every rishi could do every of his upasana successful. स्टोरी को थोड़ा कनेक्ट करो तो बात बन जाता है ना. तो ओमकार इज भगवान राम ओनली came and destroyed all asuras. Remember the two sceneries before Rama's arrival after. Before Rama came, every Rakshasa was powerful to destroy every yajna of the every rishi, even if they were killed also. Rama came, killed all the asuras, so every yajna by every rishi was now happily, successfully done. देखो रामायण is explanation of Chandogya Upanishad only. And in our life also, in our country also. If we do Om Upasana daily and pray to that Lord that Mera Desh or Mera Dharma ka Samrakshana ho. So like we have Prime Minister, like that every state will have a decent Chief Minister, decent Governor and the entire cabinet who are meant for developing the states and country. ऐसे लोग होंगे power में. Already you can see the change in the nation around more than 15 to 18 states. The goodness, the decency is prevailing. Earlier it was not so. हर जगह अपने तरीके से करप्शन होता था. अब 100% गया है ऐसा नहीं कह सकते. कम से कम द रूलिंग और लीडिंग टॉप ब्रास आर बेटर नाउ. अब नीचे घटिया लोग व्हेन यू ब्रिंग देम थ्रू वेरियस वेज पूरा ओवरनाइट दिमाग तो बदलता नहीं. जीन्स में है वो. So at lower level still they may be corrupt. But the higher level they are becoming better. Isn't it from last 14 years or 13? Not even one scam has been noticed. Means how can you be unnoticed about that? We have to notice that also. No? कोई भी एक भी ऐसा स्कैम दिखा क्या? That is the we are such a बेवकूफ इंडियंस कि जब इतना अच्छा काम होता है उसको देखते भी नहीं. एंड जब बुरा होता है तो भी देखते नहीं. Because of some sentiments, we vote to the useless fellows and they encash it. Awaken होना है हमको. Now, more and more you do this upasana, every state in country, every department in every state, every worker there, all of them will become positive through the upasana of all of us. Then the whole country will be like Swarga only. Like if you take a pension department, class 4 employees लेकर the top signing authority, every one of them are perfect in their loyalty to the job or etc. honesty. The every pensioner who is going for he will get it no timely. कोई भी डिपार्टमेंट आप ले लो. अभी लोअर ब्रांड को थोड़ा ठीक करना है. दे आर स्टिल करप्ट, दे आर चीटिंग टाइप. हायर ब्रांड थोड़ा बेटर हो रहा है. हायर ब्रास मतलब टॉप वाले. पर टॉप वाले ठीक होने से काफी नहीं है ना, नीचे वाले भी ठीक होने, सब ठीक हो. तो ओम उपासना विल invoke that goodness in them at the national level, universal level, global level. उसका पहुंच वहां तक है. How much ever you want to expand, you can expand. The Om is साक्षात पर ब्रह्म is सर्वव्यापक पर ब्रह्म is सर्वशक्तिमान. What's the problem? So this is how the devatas want to overpower the asuras by doing the Omkara Upasana. Yada acha tad udgitam karma adihirshavaha tada. So when that way they took up the Udgita karma, how did they do? And did the Rakshasas kept quiet? They won't keep quiet. They tried their best. And in cases 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they became successful. In the sixth case, then they did not succeed. The Devatas succeed. So that was enough for the Devatas. That holding on to that, they were always. Like as I said just now, what is the biggest power in today's country for us is the politics. And what is the biggest way to get the political power? Be honest. When you're honest in your work, when you're honest in not taking any bribes, etc., you can show it to the public. Public will give the votes to you. With the power, you can go on suppressing and destroying the negative. Isn't it? So the political leaders have understood कि हमारे गलतियां ज्यादा समय छुप नहीं सकते. They also understood कि beyond power, people have become matured now. They cannot be just like cheated. Even youngsters have become more awareful. गांव गांव में लोगों का भी दिमाग इतना बढ़ गया. You cannot cheat them now. You have to be honest. So once you are honest, you get power. Once you are in power, you can defeat the negative. And you can show, the government can show to the public, yeah, you gave us power. In last 5 years, so these are the negative things we have eliminated. These are the positive we have done. We are ready to serve. If you want, elect us. If not, no. Understood? So they got it. In the same way, the Devas got the Mukhya Prana Upasana, like the politicians got, to be honest, as the weapon to get the power. Because people are awakening. They are watching. They're not fools to get carried away anymore. Still, a big brand is there, a big group is there who are prone for these emotional blackmailing or getting influenced. है, बेवकूफ तो होते रहते हैं, क्या करें? But still, wise people are growing more and more. Same way, the Devatas understood. यार प्राण उपासना करो, then we can always defeat asuras. That's how they got the point. This whole story is like that. And apply it to our own selves. Within us, the Mukhya Prana, that is Parabrahma, and that you are invoking through the Omkara. With that invocation and integration of Om and Parabrahma and Prana, all our Indriyas will have only Daivi Pravrutti. Means Daiviya Shaktis are empowered. They won't have the Asura Pravrutti. मस्त है ये वाला सब्जेक्ट अगर हम सोच कर इवन हाफ ऑफ इट 20% ऑफ इट भी समझते हैं तो and very logical, very systematic, very practical, more important. Vedanta is highly practical. We are lazy, we are not fit, we are not ready for it. We are at a very gross level for wanting only bhoga bhoga. क्योंकि for the last 1,000 years or 1,200 years, we were denied of all bhoga. Bhikamangu ki तरह, we were, even for food also, we were not deserving, not getting. Because of the rule by the Rakshasas. So all the suppression, repressions now in Indians, Hindus, is expressing as bhoga pravritti. They want bhoga. Like जिसको 10 दिन से भूख है, खाना नहीं मिला, उसको दे दो तो दिमाग पूरा खाने पे रहता है, isn't it? भूखे भूखे, नंगे नंगे, कपड़ घर नहीं कुछ नहीं था. No, they are going for it. But these materialistic things can never be infinite. No, the point of saturation, satiation will come. Once that comes, then all the further time being hidden, spirituality will again come out. Because India means Adhyatmagata, and the rishis are continuously pumping Stula and Sukshma Rupena. So necessarily they will become spiritual. So we have no fear at all if Indians are becoming materialistic or bhautikvadi, because after some time they themselves start thinking, अरे हम क्या बेवकूफी कर रहे हैं? We are Indians, we are Hindus. We have to go for dharma and moksha purushartha, not artha and kama. That's why you see everywhere people started talking the values, the spirituality, the Geethas, the Upanishads. Must chal raha hai. So I'm just connecting this and that as to how Devatas got the Mukhya Prana Upasana for their support to continuously defeat the Asuras. In our life also, such strong, powerful holds or supports we have to have by which always we ensure the victory of positive in us, isn't it? Like this class. Because of this class, every day we are reminded that we have to be jignasu, we have to be adhyatmic sadhaka, etc. And this thought, though consciously we may not entertain through the day, subconsciously doing its job of not allowing us to totally get lost in the world. मुझे तो ये होता है कम से कम, isn't it? इतने classes करना होता है तो the other part of the mind, the lower mind, tells चलो घूमने चलो ये करो वो करो, but this mind is saying hey उपनिषद पढ़ना है, such a tough text it is, you are sitting there online, there is no editing, there is nobody to help you, आप कुछ नहीं है सीधा लाइव बोल रहे हो, तो you have to be careful, so you study. So this is protecting me. Something when you hold on the higher thing, it will protect you. Example. So in this way, when they started doing it, but still in the first four cases, their attempts were prone to be defeated by the asuras. Like in parliament also, you see, the ruling party. Whatever they do, in many of the things, there are loopholes, necessary loopholes, compulsory, which become a help for the opposition party to raise the finger or to point out or to do the halla gulla hangama. Like this time, the worst of the parliament session in last 14, 12, 13 years, where only 19% was the success rate or 18%, which was never in the past. The passing of the bills or the debates happening healthily, सिर्फ 18-19% हुआ because they had so many things to raise and point out, etc. Not that the ruling party deliberately did it, but there are some things, सब अपने कंट्रोल में नहीं होता ना. भगवान खुद भी थोड़ा फ्रीडम देते हैं. Therefore, sometimes everything is not even easy to control. Also, practically, theoretically is all controller, but आप देखोगे बाहर तो think about it. So therefore, there was a chance for them. So they point out, isn't it? And they have to be very careful to come with the answers. तो resign करवाया उनसे. And then the committee is set up there. Then the children are pacified. But still, other side उकसाता जा रहा है उनको. देखते हैं तमाशा. That shows to you and I, spiritual seekers, in the outer world, how much our good, noble you may be, not necessary that always you only succeed. Because the other ignoble people, if they become powerful, they can defeat. चलता ही रहे दुनिया. तो खेलो उस खेल में. बकवास है वो जानकर एक दिन kick all of that away, first awaken to the reality. So that's how people become spiritual, knowing that in the world success cannot be permanent. चलता है वे दुष्ट लोग पावरफुल है तो what can you do? And why the dushtas are powerful? All unfathomable. So these are all explanations to say that when Devatas started doing Upasana, how the Asuras were affecting and effectively defeating them. And remember, defeat is not permanent of the Devatas by the Asuras, but the potency is reduced, the performance capacities are reduced. Isn't it? Like if you see the last two times elections and this time, India has not given absolute majority. Therefore, the output by the central government is not as it was in the earlier two times. धनाधन धूम धड़ाके से क्या क्या किया पिछले दो दफा, है ना. राम मंदिर बनाया, शिव मंदिर का रिनोवेशन किया है, फिर वो कर्तव्य पथ बनाया, पार्लियामेंट बनाए, थाउजेंड थिंग्स. दिस टाइम नॉट डन बिकॉज यू डिडंट गिव फुल मेजॉरिटी. So it didn't stop them from working, but the efficiency reduced. The amount of the deals that were struck with other countries, whether it is in defense में कहो, everywhere it was so spectacular earlier. पिछले 3 साल, अभी 2024 में हुआ ना, अभी 2 साल हो गया, not so effective. So asuras, when you give power, they don't allow devas to work. Simple. In our life also, that continuous alertness, having gained wisdom first of all, Continuing alertness is the minimum price we have to pay, at least to get less defeated. Less defeated. We can't avoid defeated, but should not get totally defeated. The human life is to avoid total defeat, to reduce the defeating percentage. Otherwise, like every day, पूरा दिन भर आप जीत नहीं सकते कि 100% स्पिरिचुअल बनना. द सेम वे थोड़ा भी स्पिरिचुअलिटी नहीं किया, in that way also you can't allow to be defeated. That's how we are struggling every day, coming to the classes, listening. It is not a cakewalk, not a smooth, easy thing. 100 problems are there for us, but still we are not allowing totally get defeated. That's called Purushartha, a human being has to do. But still, at one point, we have to hold on to something which will give us higher successes. Devatas got the Mukhya Prana Upasana. What is that we are going to study? We also can try for something highest conviction, which won't allow us to get defeated. What is that highest conviction? In this very life, I have to realize. For that, I have to dedicate every moment of my life only for that. Therefore, बाहर बोर्ड लगा दिया, मैं busy हूँ, don't disturb. Then you do only the sadhana, it will happen. That is a strong decision. Yeah, we all, if not this life, maybe next 4 5 lives, to that state of total committed endeavor for spiritual evolution, we may do it. अब तो हम फंसे हैं 100 चीजों में. ये सारा प्रयत्न हमको वहां ले जाएगा. So the devatas effort of doing upasana of 111 indriya led them to the upasana of prana, what do you call it? Mukhya prana, that gave them the sufficient power. सोचो सुनो मस्त कहानी है इसमें इतने चीजें आपको सीखने को. Now I am going to the second mantra. What is that? Teha nasikyam pranam. Teha nasikyam pranam. Udgeetham upasan chakrire. Udgeetham upasan chakrire. Tagamha asuraha. Papmana vividuho. Tagamha asuraha. Papmana vividuho. तस्मात् तस्मात् तेन उभयं जिघ्रते तेन उभयं जिघ्रते सुरभि च दुर्गन्धि च सुरभि च दुर्गन्धि च पाप्मना हि एष विद्धः पाप्मना हि एष विद्धः. चैंट एक बार साथ में. तेह नासिक्यं प्राणमुद्गीतमुपासां चक्रिरे तगम्ह असुराः पाप्मना विविधुः. तस्मात् तेन उभयं जिघ्रते सुरभि च दुर्गन्धि च पाप्मना हि एषः विद्धः. मैं कहता हूँ शुरुआत में इवन दिस वे स्पष्ट रूपेण नोइंग वेयर टू पॉज एंड चैंट, ये भी पता नहीं था. बट बिकॉज एवरी डे वी आर डूइंग, थोड़ा थोड़ा आइडिया आ रहा है. देन इट्स गिविंग कॉन्फिडेंस टू मी that if I can chant Bradharanyaka Chandogya, so then it is good thing. मतलब confidence क्या है? If we put effort, difficult things also can start becoming easy. मतलब the impossibility aspect of it goes away. That we can make things possible. Very good inspiration, isn't it? That if you put efforts, things can be made. Things can be possible. Like, the most surprising thing in last 15 years, make in India. Isn't it? Make in India is such a thing, It is ultimate. If it clicks to every Indian, every Indian, uske baad nobody can stop India's growth. Like it happened in China. What was China in 1980s? Right, if you see now, within 45 years. So do if it clicks to India. Like yesterday, the defense deal. Even with Russia, we are careful. We don't want to strike all the deals just like that. Because you cannot trust ना. Now Putin is there, बाद में put out आएगा तो Putin is not permanent. Now put out can come. Then that fellow, if he acts against India, so therefore we are holding. पूरा उनको दे नहीं रहे deals. We are always trying for two things. All the technology should be transferred to India. or our engineers and scientists themselves will develop indigenously. Must hai na that concept, that confidence is so beautiful. Same way, when we are doing these things, the level of confidence that grows is so sweet. And to you also, if you think you know it, then every day coming and listening to Upanishad class is not an ordinary strength. A great strength. You are a strength master now. Same way, keep on doing it, evolve in this way. Don't mind about others. Nothing to boast here. Bhagavan is giving the blessings. We are studying Shastra. We are slowly entering into this path, into this groove, into this track of doing what? Nothing, never new Meherbani. We are only protecting ourselves from self destruction. That's it. That's what we do through the Adhyatmic Jivana. Now, the literal meaning of this mantra. Tagam had teha means those devatas. Nasikyam pranam. Nasikyam pranam. Nasika we all have nose. So the nasikyam pranam, the prana shakti inside the nasikas, which is now here prana means granam only, the ability to smell. Because yajna is going on, धुआं बहुत निकल रहा है, and in the yajna various dravyas are offered, so good smells were coming. So that was more attractive or immediate. नाक में आ जाता है smell, when you're meditating. Suddenly you think the smell from the neighborhood kitchen comes to you. अरे यहाँ कुछ बन रहा है. Then you stop meditation and go there. अच्छा आपने मेरे को बुलाया? नहीं बुलाए थे, अब बुला लो, कोई बात नहीं, आप अपने पड़ोसी हैं, यू नीड नॉट कॉल. अब मैं बैठ गया हूँ, जो बनाए खिलाओ. सो द नासिका. सो नासिक्यम प्राणम. So the nose, within that nose, the inhaling and exhaling, and through that inhaling and exhaling, the smell is being smelt, and that smelling is happening consciously. That they did the upasana as Omkar. That is the meaning of Nasikyam Pranam Udgeetham Upasan Chakrire. When they were doing consciously the upasana of the ability of smell in the nose to be the Paramatma, the Omkara itself, the Asuras came to know, they are invoking the Omkara's power, so then they'll become powerful and they'll defeat us. What to do then? Tagamha Asuraha Papmana Vividuhu. Then the Asuras brought their Ayudha called as Papa, then they gave one beating to their effort of upasana of the Granendriya to be Paramatma or Omkar. Immediately what happened then? The Devatas concentration got disturbed in two factors which we'll exhaustively study tomorrow. That's how the Asuras became successful in distracting the Devatas from doing the Grana and Pranava Upasana single pointedly. When the single pointed Upasana is gone, the Upasana loses its flavor or beauty, then it will not have the Shakti to invoke the divine Kripa in the form of power, then you are not powerful to defeat the Asuras. I know. Like in Indian parlance, the powerful thing which decides everything is constitution. In the constitution, कितने सारे गड़बड़ है, everybody knows, the government knows. So slowly, one by one, things are amended, one by one things are added, bills are passed. See that? So that future is ensured. That proper constitution is there to guide the country. It's a very delicate process it is. Very sublime process, very highly matured process. So India cannot be the dictatorial in the near future, though it is required. I feel it is to be democratic only. In the democratic system, the constitution is the one which is most powerful. If the constitutional loopholes are removed and if it is embedded with the proper things, then the country will progress. That's why the Article 370 is removed and this removed, that removed, this is added, that is added. क्योंकि उसको ताकतवर बनाओ. Otherwise, our constitution is a weakness of country because of the reservation policies, because so much of nonsense in that, which is never required, even in the beginning. Very funny, very funny. And then you say that the ones who have conceived is great. They have put effort. We appreciate it. Something is there, it's going on. Okay, but don't say that it is perfect and it should not be changed or edited. So many things, improvement has to be brought. इतने सारे. Example of that. Here also, the Asuras succeeded in distracting the Devatas doing the Upasana. When you are doing Upasana, effort, what do you call, ineffectively, the result also will be ineffective. Isn't it? Like when you come to the class with so much sincerity, सुनना है समझना है. What do the eyes say? Look here and there. The nose says smell this and that. The tongue says go and eat something. The body says you're tired, now you sleep. Then your effectiveness of listening to the class gets reduced or not. And those things in which our indriyas, those thoughts were there. Then let me go and have a tea or coffee or let me take an angadai. They are called asuras. They are successful. What they are successful in? In weakening us or in distracting us in doing that thing by which we become powerful. Otherwise, if you listen class carefully, fully, sincerely, the knowledge gained will be so inspiring that you will just give up everything and go for meditation. Then what about the asuras? उनका कौन देखभाल करेगा? They know it. That is why they see to it that you are never convinced. You are never interested in spirituality. हाँ, नाम के वास्ते क्लास में आ जाते हो. मैं भी नाम के वास्ते बोलता हूँ. But our knowledge is not so powerful that we give up everything and pursue Brahman. Why? Because in and through all of these efforts, though the thing done is greatest, still we are continuously hit by the asuras. Where asuras are there? Everywhere. इंटेलेक्ट में भी देवता असुर है, मन में भी देवता असुर है, कान में, नाक में, all ज्ञानेन्द्रियas, all karmendriyas, wherever devatas are there, there asuras are there. And what are devata and asura? Indriya pravritti only. Like the eyes want to see the book, but the same eye want you to see the cell phone also. The ear wants to listen to this class. The same ear again listening that घर में कौन लड़ रहे at this time, because आवाज आ रहा है. The wife and son are fighting, or bahu and wife, somebody is fighting. देखो, the asura attacked or not? The mind wants to attend to it, and the same other part of the mind says, थक गया चलो रुक देते हैं. Anyway, that Swami doesn't know whether listening or not. Anyway, type तो कर दिया ना नाम उधर. He is in delusion that we are seated. चलो, let us go. The asura in us works that way. See how it is so beautiful analysis. Tomorrow when we come, Teha Devaha Nasikyam Nasikayam Bhavam Pranam Chetanavantam Granam Pranam Udgita Kartaram Udgataram Udgita Bhaktya Upasan Chakrare Krutavanta Ityartaha Nasikya Prana Dushtya Udgita Kya Akhyam Aksharam Omkara Upasan Chakre Ityartaha Evam Hi Prakrutata Parityaga Prakrutaartha Upadanancha न कृतम स्यात् खलु एतस्यैव अक्षरस्येति ओंकारः हि उपासितया प्रकृतः ननु उद्गीत उपलक्षितं कर्म आहूतवन्तः इति अवोचः इदानीमेव कथं नासिक्य प्राणदृष्ट्या ओंकारम् उपासनचक्रे इति अर्थ नैष दोषः. So let us discuss it. आराम से करो, कोई जल्दी नहीं. In the meantime, start doing Om chanting as you already started, I feel so. Om, 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 Om. Three types of Omkara. One, Om, 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 Om. In that, Sankhya is Pradhana. Second is Om, Om, Om. In this, Om is Pradhana. Then Dirgha Omkara. Om. It is sadhana pradhan. Dirgha Omkara, if you chant and attentively, the entire vagaries of the mind are arrested. And I will study it in our next evening class. Sadachara, Dirgham Pranavamacharya, Manorajyam, Vijiyate. That shloka will come. So, Dirgha Pranavocharana, Madhyama Pranavocharana, Hrasva Pranavocharana. लगे रहो उसमें and know that the Om is Brahman, Om is Ishvara, Om is all Devatas, Om is all Gurus, Om is all Shastras. Clear? Nothing to doubt about it. Thank you. Om, 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 Om शांति 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 इतना है काफी है Hey Bhagwan, please guide all of us Bhakta Shrota to understand this beautiful topic perfectly and may we start doing it. अब idea आ गया ना how in Chandogya in every adhyaya, every khanda, one topic is taken and we are given that feeding that knowledge. So the Udgita Upasa Adhyaya, Udgita Mahima Adhyaya is the Prathama Adhyaya. In that, the first Adhyaya talked to us about literally the glory of Udgita, the Omkara. Second one is talking about the Upayoga of that Omkara. So, in that Upayoga of the Omkara, the Indriya Rupena Omkara Upasana, the Mukhya Prana Rupena Omkara Upasana. Dono karo, but Indriya Rupena Omkara Upasana has always the possibility of getting defeated because the Asuras can attack it. But the prana upasana asuras cannot attack, therefore give more value for it. What it is, we have not thoroughly studied yet. We are going to do it in next 2-3 days. Thank you. Now, Vedic chanting में आज छोटा छोटा मंत्रास 3 बार या 4 बार will do it. नहीं मिला अभी रुको. Yeah, I'm running 8th and 9th. I am skipping. I am doing the 10th one. Not required that everything we have to chant. In these 3 mantras, invoking Agni, Vayu, Surya, Anugraha. Okay. So that Agni Devata, who is the Adhipati of the Prithvi, the Shrotra, the Vanaspati, etc. To him these Ahutis I am offering. They reach to him, they may reach to him, and may he bless me. So to the one Vayu, who is the Adhipati for the Prana and Tat Sambandha Antariksha and all the living beings like birds, etc. The one who is Adhisthana for them, to that Vayu I am offering this oblation. May this reach that Vayu and he in turn bless me. So to the Diloka, the Nakshatra Loka and the Nakshatras and all the celestial things. The Lord Surya, who is the Lord of all of them, I am offering oblations to him. May they reach him. May he bless me in turn. Bless all of us. ओम अथ अग्निवायु सूर्य सूक्तम अथर्वणवेदांतर्गत तेषाम् अनुग्रहार्थम ओम पृथिव्यै श्रोत्राय ओम पृथिव्यै श्रोत्राय वनस्पतिभ्यो वनस्पतिभ्यो अग्नयेधिपतये स्वाहा अग्नयेधिपतये स्वाहा. That's all. ओम पृथिव्यै श्रोत्राय वनस्पतिभ्यो अग्नये अधिपतये स्वाहा ओम पृथिव्यै श्रोत्राय वनस्पतिभ्योऽग्नये अधिपतये स्वाहा. सेकंड मंत्र सेम. ओम प्राणाय प्राणाय अंतरिक्षाय अंतरिक्षाय वयोभ्यो वयोभ्यो वायवे वायवे अधिपतये स्वाहा अधिपतये स्वाहा ॐ प्राणायान्तरिक्षाय वयोभ्यो वायवेदिपतये स्वाहा ॐ प्राणायान्तरिक्षाय वयोभ्यो वायवेदिपतये स्वाहा ॐ प्राणायान्तरिक्षाय वयोभ्यो वायवेदिपतये स्वाहा सिंपल थर्ड वन दिवे चक्षुषे नक्षत्रेभ्यः नक्षत्रेभ्यः सूर्याय अधिपतये स्वाहा सूर्यायाधिपतये स्वाहा ॐ दिवे चक्षुषे नक्षत्रेभ्यः सूर्यायाधिपतये स्वाहा दिवे चक्षुषे नक्षत्रेभ्यः सूर्यायाधिपतये स्वाहा दिवे चक्षुषे नक्षत्रेभ्यः सूर्यायाधिपतये स्वाहा ॐ शान्तिः 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 5 times ॐ पृथिव्यै श्रोत्राय वनस्पतिभ्योऽग्नयेऽधिपतये स्वाहा प्राणायान्तरिक्षाय वयोभ्यो वायवेऽधिपतये स्वाहा दिवे चक्षुषे नक्षत्रेभ्यः सूर्यायाधिपतये स्वाहा ॐ शान्तिः 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 अगेन् ॐ पृथिव्यै श्रोत्राय वनस्पतिभ्योऽग्नयेऽधिपतये स्वाहा प्राणायान्तरिक्षाय वयोभ्यो वायवेदिपतये स्वाहा दिवे चक्षुषे नक्षत्रेभ्यः सूर्यायाधिपतये स्वाहा ॐ शान्तिः 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 थर्ड ॐ पृथिव्यै श्रोत्राय वनस्पतिभ्योऽग्नयेऽधिपतये स्वाहा प्राणायान्तरिक्षाय वयोभ्यो वायवेदिपतये स्वाहा दिवे चक्षुषे नक्षत्रेभ्यः सूर्यायाधिपतये स्वाहा ॐ शान्तिः 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 फोर्थ ॐ पृथिव्यै श्रोत्राय वनस्पतिभ्योऽग्नयेऽधिपतये स्वाहा ॐ प्राणायान्तरिक्षाय वयोभ्यो वायवेऽधिपतये स्वाहा दिवे चक्षुषे नक्षत्रेभ्यः सूर्यायाधिपतये स्वाहा ॐ शान्तिः 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 फिफ्थ एंड लास्ट ॐ पृथिव्यै श्रोत्राय वनस्पतिभ्योऽग्नयेऽधिपतये स्वाहा प्राणायान्तरिक्षाय वयोभ्यो वायवेऽधिपतये स्वाहा दिवे चक्षुषे नक्षत्रेभ्यः सूर्यायाधिपतये स्वाहा ॐ शान्तिः 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 so small simple ना I'm afraid when I do this small mantra कि कल को बड़ा मंत्र आ गया तो आप भाग जाओगे but I am balanced whether it's a one liner or 10 liner it is our Shruti Mata mantra we'll cherish we'll revel in chanting it so beautiful it is so Lord give this interest always give Shraddha Bhakti to be Vaidika whether it is studying Upanishads or doing Yajnayaga or doing the Veda chanting may I not go away from this grand, great, glorious Vedika Hindava Samskruti Sanatana Dharma. Next, in our Dhyana Purvaka Mantra Ucharana, today our Maharshika, her name is Ghosha Kakshivati. Kakshivati is the Vamsha to which she belongs. Her name is Ghosha. She is also Maharishi, Mahatapaswini, Mahagnani. Through her also some Rigveda mantras are revealed to us. Like that, the female Maharshikas also have plenty only to know. Just to say thereafter, that whether it is male or female, belongs to the Sharira. But within us, the Jiva can be Sadhaka, whichever the Yoni we are in, especially the human way. Okay? So, the Kakshivati, Kakshivan Aushija is the Rishi. To that Rishi Parampara, she must be belonging. That Ghosha named. Kakshivati is the Vamsha. Okay. Then about her Vamsha, the other things like any of the other Shastra, any of the other Rishis, not clearly mentioned because that was not so important. Because the unwanted details given, the distractions happen. The attention goes somewhere else. The respect, reverence gets reduced. That's right to the point. Like anybody in front of you. उनका जो रिलेशन है उनके साथ आपका वहां तक हद तक रहो आप. If you go more into details, unwanted it is. है ना? He may be chore earlier, But if you know that, then your mind loses your respect. He was not known. Huh? Bande har banda badal raha hai. They are becoming good and noble. So why do we need to know everything? Isn't it? These are all very smart intelligences, common sense intelligences to limit our mind and intellect's application to the extent required, not beyond. Because once you allow Manabuddhi for some information, uske baad it goes out of your control. Then it starts doing its own, what you call, the wool gathering and the mental projections. Unless you are a yogi knows my mind and its thoughts and emotions, every one of them are in my control. Such yogi also is not interested in knowing more than what's required. So I'm just telling why the rishis etc. never give the background. उसका क्या जरूरत है? वेद मंत्र मिल रहा है वो पढ़ो तर जाओ आप. बाकी all body related, physical related, where we are, one who are parents. How does it matter? It's all incidental. Out of prarabdha we are born here and there. क्या फर्क पड़ता है उसका? That is never essential. Like in Puja Gurudev's case also, you see, to him thousands and thousands of thousands and lakhs of bhaktas, shrotas used to come and listen. He is the trendsetter actually. He never asked anyone what's your background, isn't it? Whether it's financial background or caste or creed or even religion. Gurudev ने कभी पूछा क्या? He says you are a जिज्ञासु. I am here वक्ता. तो हमारा जुगलबंदी हो गया. I will tell you, listen, हो गया. Why all details I should know? That's why in Gurudev's parampara, we don't bother. We just, any jignasu comes, we teach. That way, keep it in mind. Right, friends? Now, third one is this Ghosha Kakshivati was doing the great upasana to Ashwini Devatas. So, by the divine grace, the Ashwini Devata Sambandhi mantras are revealed to her in the uh, Rigveda. Okay? And these Ashwini Devatas, we all know in the Vedas, they are famous for the Vaidya Shakti. They are the celestial doctors. Even though they belong to the Daitya, but they are joined the Adityas only. Remember, even Marudganas anyway, they are all Ditiputras, they are also taken by the Adityas. कुछ चलता है थोड़ा सा इधर उधर. पार्टी बदल फेर बदल तो होता है ना ड्यूरिंग इलेक्शन टाइम. Then these Ashwini Devatas therefore are the givers of the health. They are empowerers, powerers, they are protectors, and they keep on extending, postponing, avoiding the old age. And they are the ones by giving the physical stamina health, remove those levels of dukkha. And they are the ones quickly they bless us. Ashwini Devatas. And they are the Adhisthana Devatas of nose only, Nasika. And we are chanting in our Upanishad also the same mantra. We are studying Ki Granam, they did the Onkara Upasana to begin with. So in this way, so many. So in the Rigveda, 10th Mandala, 39th mantra, and 48th are the ones which are revealed to this Gosha uh, Rishika. ठीक है काक्षीवती घोषा done. Then from her we can know that even women also are Rishi Mantra Drashtas, not only the masculine. So we'll see Vagambruni, Rova Mudra, Vyavasena, Para, Vishwara, so many other things. Okay. Uh, she prayed not only for the physical wealth, not only for the health, but also for the spiritual evolution to those Ashwini Devatas. Okay. Mhm. This much is enough to know her. One or two mantras I'll just chant. Rigveda 10th Mandala Sukta 39 and Rigveda 10th Mandala Sukta 40, in which Ashwini Devata Upasanas are there. They are revealed to her. Om Yuvam Shriyam Nasatyarnavedam Yuvam Vandarum Rinadhorajansi Yuvam Shachivihi Pratanasu Shura Yuvam Rayinam Dadato Vasoni. So in that, the Ashwini Devata Shakti, the protecting capacity, and the ability to bless us with lot of wealth, They are all mentioned, and many other mantras. So to the 40th Suktam also. Om Ratam Yadvam Vishwaminvam Huvedhyaha Preshtam Vam Nasatya Bruhandam Yuvam Hishta Sohava Vajavatyaha Yajnasya Ketum Avadonupani. So in this, the great chariot of Ashwini Devatas and their swiftness to come and bless those who have prayed for them, all of that are mentioned. An idea. If time is there, those 20 mantra wala total suktam one can study chant which is revealed to this Ghosha Kakshivati. Okay. So the mantra is Om Ashwinyupasikayai Vidmahe. Hmm. Hmm. Ashwinyupasikayai Vidmahe. Ashwini Devata's Upasana she has done. Then from that she got the Arogya, she got the Sampada. आरोग्य संपदा ज्ञान दात्री च विधीमहि. आरोग्य भी मिलना चाहिए, संपदा भी चाहिए, ज्ञान भी. सो आरोग्य संपदा ज्ञान दात्री च धीमहि तन्नो घोषा काक्षीवती महर्षि का प्रचोदया. ओके. ओम पर ब्रह्म परमात्मा स्वरूपिणी श्री घोषा काक्षीवती महर्षि का यही नमः. ध्यायामि आवाहयामि स्थापयामि पूजयामि छत्र चामरादीन समर्पयामि समस्त शक्त्योपचार भक्त्योपचार राजोपचार देवोपचारान् समर्पयामि स्तोत्रेण जपादिना मंत्रेण कीर्तनादिना तोषयामि. ओम श्री घोषा काक्षीवती महर्षिकाय नमः नमस्करोमि. तव चरणौ शरणागतोऽस्मि. मां रक्ष रक्षेति प्रार्थयामि. ममापि सर्वबाह्याभ्यन्तर रोग निवारणं कृत्वा समस्त शक्ति ज्ञानं दत्वा आध्यात्मिक मार्गे प्रचोदनं कृत्वा परमात्मानुग्रहेण तवानुग्रहेण परमात्मानुभवेन मुक्तिं प्रदेहि प्रार्थयामि. तथा च भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः अपि संरक्षणाभिवृद्धिं विश्वव्याप्तिं कुरु इति प्रार्थयामि. ओके. ओम अश्विन्युपासिकायै विद्महे आरोग्य संपदा ज्ञान दात्र्यै च धीमहि तन्नो घोषा काक्षीवती महर्षिका प्रचोदयात्. ओम अश्विन्युपासिकायै विद्महे आरोग्य संपदा ज्ञानदात्र्यै च धीमहि तन्नो घोषा काक्षीवती महर्षिका प्रचोदयात्. ओम अश्विन्युपासिकायै विद्महे आरोग्य संपदा ज्ञानदात्र्यै च धीमहि तन्नो घोषा काक्षीवती महर्षिका प्रचोदयात्. ओम अश्विन्युपासिकायै विद्महे आरोग्य संपदा ज्ञानदात्र्यै च धीमहि तन्नो घोषा काक्षीवती महर्षिका प्रचोदयात्. ओम अश्विन्युपासिकायै विद्महे आरोग्य संपदा ज्ञानदात्र्यै च धीमहि तन्नो घोषा काक्षीवती महर्षिका प्रचोदयात्. ओम अश्विन्युपासिकायै विद्महे आरोग्य संपदा ज्ञानदात्र्यै च धीमहि तन्नो घोषा काक्षीवती महर्षिका प्रचोदयात्. ओम अश्विन्युपासिकायै विद्महे आरोग्य संपदा ज्ञानदात्र्यै च धीमहि तन्नो घोषा काक्षीवती महर्षिका प्रचोदयात्. ओम अश्विन्युपासिकायै विद्महे आरोग्य संपदा ज्ञानदात्र्यै च धीमहि तन्नो घोषा काक्षीवती महर्षिका प्रचोदयात्. ओम अश्विन्युपासिकायै विद्महे आरोग्य संपदा ज्ञानदात्र्यै च धीमहि तन्नो घोषा काक्षीवती महर्षिका प्रचोदयात्. ओम अश्विन्युपासिकायै विद्महे आरोग्य संपदा ज्ञानदात्र्यै च धीमहि तन्नो घोषा काक्षीवती महर्षिका प्रचोदयात्. ओम अश्विन्युपासिकायै विद्महे आरोग्य संपदा ज्ञानदात्र्यै च धीमहि तन्नो घोषा काक्षीवती महर्षिका प्रचोदयात्. ओम अश्विन्युपासिकायै विद्महे आरोग्य संपदा ज्ञानदात्र्यै च धीमहि तन्नो घोषा काक्षीवती महर्षिका प्रचोदयात्. ओम अश्विन्युपासिकायै विद्महे आरोग्य संपदा ज्ञानदात्र्यै च धीमहि तन्नो घोषा काक्षीवती महर्षिका प्रचोदयात्. ओम अश्विन्युपासिकायै विद्महे आरोग्य संपदा ज्ञानदात्र्यै च धीमहि तन्नो घोषा काक्षीवती महर्षिका प्रचोदयात्. ओम अश्विन्युपासिकायै विद्महे आरोग्य संपदा ज्ञानदात्र्यै च धीमहि तन्नो घोषा काक्षीवती महर्षिका प्रचोदयात्. ओम अश्विन्युपासिकायै विद्महे आरोग्य संपदा ज्ञानदात्र्यै च धीमहि तन्नो घोषाकाक्षीवति महर्षिका प्रचोदयात्। ओम घोषाकाक्षीवति महर्षिकायै नमो नमः नमस्करोमि तव चरणौ शरणागतोऽस्मि मां रक्ष रक्ष मम आत्मानुभवं प्रदेहि मुक्तिं प्रदेहि इति प्रार्थयामि। भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्यापि संरक्षणाभिवृद्धिं कुरु इति प्रार्थयामि। ओम घोषाकाक्षीवति महर्षिकाय नमः। 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 Tomorrow, Vagambhruni Devi or Maharshika chanting will do. She is the one to whom this Aham Devir Vasvish Chanami, that Devi Suktam is revealed. Okay, so the last but one sadhana is over. The last one, today's common sense sadhana, is so simple. Ki enough of killing the time, enough of wasting the time, enough of rough and tough way misusing and abusing the time. First thing, time is divine, time is everything. Instead of that, make the right and highest use of the time. Very precious it is, very valuable it is. And enough of the delusion also that something else is important other than our spiritual sadhana. And that's a delusion. And look into your ages also. I will also look into. At this age, how can anything else be even an iota important other than our own adhyatmic sadhana? It is the delusion in your mind that we are required here and there, we are wanted here and there. ये सारा हमको पार करना है. Start doing little by little. You can't say 100% थोड़ा छोड़ दी, but कम करते रहो, कम करते रहो. धीरे धीरे. Start giving the time more to our own sadhana. Isn't it? With the analysis done so far in last 6 years on the basis of so many Shastras, seeing our own life's experiences, and in the Shastras like Purana Ityasa, hundreds of stories we have seen. This much though is clear to us that it is Arthakama which is going to bind us, it is Dharma Moksha which is going to liberate us. And the life lived for Arthakama is Samsara, life lived by Dharma Moksha is Adhyatmika. इतना तो पता चला होगा. Think. Therefore, let the time, precious time, be fully utilized along with our mind only for the Adhyatmikata. Point one. Therefore, point two is what? You know, one by one noble thoughts, one by one values, one or one the spiritual sadhanas. Take them into confidence or hands and start working on them. Like the noble thoughts and values are, as we have last 7 8 days studied in our Sri Ramacharita which we have concluded yesterday. हाँ, I think we have done it. दो कल भागा दौड़ी किया हमने, कोई फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता हमको, धीरे बोलो या भागा दौड़ी करो, खत्म हो गया. 66 values were told, है ना, in Gita everywhere. So one by one those values, virtues, take them and try to achieve that. That is what is Adhyatmic Sadhana, one part of it. Second part is in the Upasana aspect also. The Navada Bhakti aspect, you know, one by one take up and start doing it, mastering it. So too in the Vedanta, first sadhana chatushte sampada mastery, thereafter the Upanishad Jnana mastery, thereafter the Upanishad Ukta Jnana sadhana. In the Upanishad, having given the Jnana, the sadhana is only to abide in that reality what we have understood in the class and in our Swadhyaya Manana Chintan. So give more and more time to these things and become more sincere about it, serious about it, committed about it. है ना? This highest extent I may reluctant I am to say, I may be hesitant to say that इतना तड़पो भगवान को पाने के लिए कि इसी क्षण सब छोड़कर चलो जंगल बैठो कहीं आश्रम, which is required, which will be done in one of the lives. If you can do it right now, do it. If not, at least not let lose our sadhana. Let's not compromise our daily sadhana for the trivials of the life. No, my 2 hours of satsanga, 2 hours of study, 2 to 3 hours of my personal sadhana, 6, 7 hours, I am, that's all, giving it to this. Minimum I am saying. Very properly plan करके, discipline करके. That alone going to protect us. I am the pakka. There's no doubt at all about it. है ना? No more let us continue taking these spiritual blessings and opportunities lightly and insult our own opportunities and blessings. We cannot insult gurus and Shastra, God. Their nature is kindness and compassion, which they express through by providing all these guidances, opportunity. उनका काम ही हुआ है. इसलिए इसको आप even if you don't listen to Gurudev or Adi Shankara Bhagwan, don't do sadhana. वो लोग insult feel नहीं करते, like the doctor. Thousands of patients come. He gives medicine, that is his job. कोई लिया ना लिया, he doesn't bother. It's not an insult to me. That fellow will suffer if he doesn't take medicine. मेरे को क्या है? I have plenty of patients to attend. So that the gurus and the Lord also are like that. They won't get insulted and all. But it is an insult to our own being human, our own being blessed with these opportunities. There's no way anything which weakens our these strong positive convictions says that the asuras are working in us. Asura indriya pravrittis, mainly the mana buddhi. मन बुद्धि में बैठे हुए राक्षस ही हमको हमें स्पिरिचुअलिटी से दूर ले जाते into the worldliness. Save yourself slowly, slowly, and let that study sadhana be so serious, genuine, totally applying ourselves to it. Never stop, never take it for granted, even after reaching to a great state कि अब मैं पॉपुलर हो गया हूँ, अब मैं बहुत कुछ जानता हूँ. No, no, no. Till we reach the goal, you cannot be inadvertent any moment. Even after that, our only work is, as per Ishvara's order, serve the world spiritually. दूसरे फील्ड में जाना ही नहीं बस. Think about it. Thank you. Om 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 Purnamadaha Shruti Matre Namaha Tatsat Brahma Arpanamastu. Thank you. Gita.